Now, be quiet in there, Victoria. No music. Okay. I had lots and lots of people asking me how I made this, and I will tell you, it's not a big secret. It's all over the place, actually. I think I just took it a little step further by using paint, just paint and book paper. Victoria, could you pass me that book up there and that huge big stamp pusher thingy? My technical word for it is pusher, stamp pusher thingy. Up there. I need those two. Anyway, it starts off with this and the big book. A big fat book, thanks. It's just this. Comes from Dollarama or Dollar Tree or any dollar. I'm going to turn this on. Dollar Tree, Dollarama, whatever, wherever you at, dollar store, and they're $1. But the work you put into it is way worth more than that. And it takes a lot of time. It takes me a while to do one. So I've tried to do two at a time yesterday. So anyway, no storytelling. I don't like storytelling. I'll just show you what I use. I use a composition book, an old book with lots of text. This is just a really huge old book that I got. And I use matte medium, Liquitex matte medium. I use this to layer onto the book, and then I lay the piece of paper on top and then coat it again really thinly. I used my fingers on one and it was bubbly. It got a little bit bubbly and air in there. If that doesn't bother you, then that's okay. But for the painting part, I found that it was there were air bubbles on my paint, and it was going through whatever. And then I used a brush on another one, and I like the brush better, layering it. But make sure you rinse it off, or it'll be hard as a rock. I wrecked one, but I rinsed this one off. Oh yeah, and you need brushes, the brush. Then you will have this. My daughter's brilliant idea to show you one that I didn't do. I didn't even think of that. So here is a page that has matte medium on it. And I should have left this one with the edges on there. The paper was larger than the cover, so I cut around it. Then I took a sanding brush and went around the edges to get rid of all the excess of the paper. Okay, and I used the stamp. So this is what I keep my stamps in, the Dylusion stamps and all my Prima dolls. I don't have too many, but I have a few. There they are. And there's the stamp. And it's a Prima stamp that I use. I could dig her out. So, there it is. There's a lot of these. There's different ones. I don't know the name of it. I don't really keep track of that. Ooh, no. Anyway, the other thing that I use for that large-headed stamp is this big gigantic stamp block. So I put the face on here, put something underneath it, which is normally this, and put the stamp on and push it, and voila, it all goes down at once. And it doesn't take long to dry if you use the proper amount for this. And then you'll have a face on it. I didn't. No, I didn't. I thought I stamped a face on that one that I just did, but I didn't. Anyway, once the face is stamped on, I'll gesso around the head. So I gessoed around the head. And I didn't do the face so you can see the text underneath, under the paint. And what I used for the painting of the face was a whole bunch of different kinds of things. And these were from Michael's. 50% off coupon, like $3. I used that. And I used this. Can you even see that? And Victoria, what were these that you gave me? Acrylic what? Paints. I know they're acrylic paints, but or is it acrylic? Okay, anyway, these are from my daughter's school. She took an art class, and these are really, really pigmented acrylic something. I don't know, they're squishy, and they're really neat. They're really, you don't even need much. But anyway, she gave those to me when she finished, and I used those. I used ink blocks along with my watercolor brush. Right here. And just and paint away. And I also use the pencils. I know that sucks, but anyway, there they are. See? I use those to do the painting of the face. So I do that with the faces. I'm trying to see what else that you need to know. Oh, all this background. All the background stuff, I use stencils that I made myself and stencils that I bought. Holy, just a minute. Look what I did to my stencils. Oh my goodness. I just threw them all over the place. I'm back. Okay, a lot of you were asking about this one. Here it is. Can you see it? Let's see. There, that's the one. It's Crafter's Workshop. Yeah, the Crafter's Workshop. That's where that comes from. Oh, I put this. Just saves them from making a big mess. Wax paper, whatever, right here, and it saves from making a big mess. I leave this through all out the painting and the gessoing. Then after that, I take it out and start painting. Really expensive stuff, so be careful and get it at the dollar store. Just a bunch of stencils I use for my backgrounds. This is what I made by myself using the silhouette. Yeah, get paper dividers, especially now, they're cheap, back to school. Get your silhouette, start getting these and use those for your stencils, and you won't have to buy all this that I bought until I found out about the silhouette machine. And these ones I didn't make. I'm not going to show you them all either. I'm just trying to get to the ones where I showed you I made them. This one I made with a silhouette. These are just plastic page dividers. Just showing you a variety of the ones that I made. Smaller ones, there's butterflies, circles. Sounds like someone's knocking on our door. Are you gonna peek out? Oh, I didn't make that one. Just peek out the back thing there, that peephole. I didn't make that one either. This one I made. This one. And this one. I made lots. I'm not going to show you them all, but just letting you know that the Silhouette store. Right here, look at them all. I made all of those. And there's this too. See? Okay. And I also had people asking about what the paint is. What this paint, all this paint here. Not the butterflies and stuff like that. The actual background. Those are the Dylusions Paints. There's 12 of them, 12 colors. They're beautiful, bright colors. If you and they dry really quickly. Semi-opaque. If you keep layering them, they become opaque. Okay, and I'll try to show you how bright. Can you see that? Anyway, I don't want to flip it over because it's watery. Really good paints. And for the stencilers and who like sprays, they have matching sprays that go with them, and I really like that. And what I use to spread that around and blend is the blending tools. And the little circle that go with it. But that's just for the stenciling. I don't use those for the blending. Can you guess what I use? Be careful because it could get very expensive. And it looks funny if you don't have a baby in the house. Wipes! Baby wipes. Any kind of baby wipes. I use them to, I use it to rub it all over and then blend it. Blend it together with that. And I think, oh, and also these little lines here that is just kind of look of lines. I use, also be careful, these can get very costly. Only if you load them. I just grab them. Cards, gift cards. Grab them and use a paper plate. Ta-da! My expensive tools. And just drop my gesso or paint. Drop it in there. And then rub it along my book cover. But I don't make those sounds while I do it. And what else? I use this to hold my paints and stuff, and to make my circles, just grab the lid from anywhere and dip it into the paint. And for my outlining, I'll show you on some of them, but another one that I use are the Sharpie paint pens, the white or black, if I use black. And they're water-based, not oil-based. What else am I forgetting? Oh, for my gesso, I just use plain Walmart gesso. And I think that's it. Oh, no, that isn't. I use my background stamps as well. For the words. And I don't know what these are. In-betweenies. Dylusions. I use those for those lines that you see, or you will see in my next one. And then I use Doodle Parts by Dylusions as well. See, I do not draw. or the clear stamps. I forgot to show you this one too. Oh, I knew I just used them. These are really old. I think these are older than Victoria. I had these long ago. Or they could be the same age as her. She's 16, by the way. I had these for a long time. I don't know where I got them, but I got them. And I use them for my backgrounds and stamp randomly all over the place. I don't even plan it, I just stamp it. Okay, holy jeez. Oh, it's only 15 minutes. So I'll show you what I've done so far. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know and I will do what I can. I will be doing a video tutorial. My daughter's gonna record and edit it for me because I don't do that. Anyway, here you go. Here's one of them. Everything that I've just explained to you is what I've done. And I edged this one with the Dylusions black paint. And here's another one that I finished. These are those in-betweenies that I told you about. I put it around the edge of my journal this time. And I stamped Journey. And these are also from the in-betweenies, I believe. Or, I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, and then that's that Sharpie pen I told you about. And here's that very expensive lines using gift cards. And this was done by Inktense, the face. And all these were also done by Inktense or else those Michael's paint. That one. And then there's this one. See those little white circles? This was done by a cap for eyeglass cleaner. And this one is Remember. These are journals that are going up on my Facebook page. I will put the link below. Okay. And I just did this one using that stencil I showed earlier. This is also using Dylusions Paint. And it says Love Life. Okay. I think I explained everything, what I used, what I did. And just to give you a heads up, this is the only one that so far didn't run on me. Whenever I painted over the archival, Ranger archival. Works really well. Doesn't bleed or run into when you put paint over it. I think that's it. I showed you everything that I use to make those. So create away, have fun. Have any questions, comments, leave them below. Talk to you soon. Take care.